Scale factor, section 3, example 3. Find the scale factor for the smaller to the larger. Now order matters here. Even though I have a bigger object on the left and smaller on the right, I have to follow their request. So we're going to go this way. So I make a ratio of corresponding sides. So I have 3 feet for side DE. I want to compare that to side BA, and that's 6. Again, we want to simplify when possible, so 1, 2, 2. Again, you can write it as this form or 1 over 2. Both are equivalent. And that is the scale factor of example 3. Now if we go to the next one, we have 2 examples here, 4 and 5, which ask us to solve. Alright, so again we are going to use our ability to understand proportions. So I see that we have a scale factor that's given to us. I'm going to choose to write that as a fraction because then I can use proportions. Now notice it is A to B. And that's important because I want to go A to B. So on the top of my second fraction, since the ratio, the scale factor is 4 to 5, I'm going to go the same direction and write 12 over x plus 6. Now I can do my cross product and I get 60 equals 4 times x plus 6, and 60 is equal to, remember that you have to distribute properly, and we get 4x plus 24. If I subtract 24 from both sides, we get 36. If I divide both sides by 4, my final answer for x is 9. So again, setting up our proportion properly is the key to these questions. If you do not do so, you'll cause yourself a whole ton of problems. Notice that we have A to B again. So if you look at our picture, it goes that way. So if I go 3 to 4, which is A to B, I'm going to write 24, which is the A shape, to 3x minus 4, which is the B shape. And again, those are corresponding sides. They give it to us that way, which is nice. Cross multiply, and we get 96 equals, now I'm going to distribute the 3 to both pieces, and we get 9x minus 12. If I add 12 to both sides, we get 9x equals 108. Divide both sides by 9, and we get 12. Now let's go a little bit further and look at our last 2 examples, and notice that they want us to do 2 things. They want us to find the scale factor, and once we have it, then they want us to solve for x. So before they gave it to us, now we have to figure it out. So how do we find it? Well, scale factor ratio is found by looking at corresponding sides. Notice these 2 correspond to each other, but one has a variable. It's not going to be good enough for us. We need something that's just numbers. So we notice these 2 are corresponding. So 4 to 24 is the scale factor. Now I'm going to write that as 4 over 24, and I can work right from here. But remember, scale factor has to be simplified. So I'm going to simplify this to 1 over 6. Now notice I went right to left. You can go left to right, it makes no difference. If I went left to right, it would have been 6 over 1, but you just have to make sure that when you solve that you are going the same direction for both fractions. So the scale factor in this case is 1/6. Now they want us to use it. So I'm going to go 1 over 6, which again is right to left, so I should probably clarify that. We're going this way. So when I make that second fraction, I want to go the same direction, which would be 8 over 8 plus 4x. We cross multiply, and we get 48 equals, and 8 plus 4x times 1 is just the same. If I subtract 8 from both sides, I get 40. And then if I divide both sides by 4, we get x equals 10. Now our last one, same idea. We want the scale factor. Just for exercise, let's go left to right this time. So I'm going to go this way. I need a scale factor. I have this side corresponding to this side, and this side corresponding to that side. They have an extra 10 in there, but we don't need it. Now, what is that ratio? Well, if I go left to right, like I said, I got 10 over 15. That is a ratio of corresponding sides. That's also the scale factor, but we have to reduce that. And that would reduce down to 2/3. This is the scale factor, going left to right, and that is the fraction I will use in my proportion. Again, I went left to right, so I'm going to have to put x minus 1 on top and 9 on the bottom. I cross multiply, and we get 18 equals, now here we have to remember, 3 times both pieces, we are distributing, which gives us 3x minus 3. If I add 3 to both sides, I get 21. If I divide both sides by 3, we get x equals 7. And this ends the last lesson for section 3 on scale factor.